Are you here because you want to access into your body code and into your fat cells, your fabulous, fabulous fat cells? When you understand why you have these cells and what they're doing, you're going to look at them in a completely different way. We're here to learn how you can actually access into your own body's fat cells, the cells that are storing up that excess energy. My aim, once and for all, forever, is that you can access into your own body, into your own fat cells, the stores that you have, so that you also don't crave the sugar, which is the #1 reason that you store the fat, because there's just too much energy running around your body. But it's also, if you're craving sugars and things like that, it's just the #1 sign that your hormones are out of balance, and there's something else that we need to be doing so that your body doesn't have to, listen to that, store that excess energy. I'll be asking you if you want to go on a 7-day sugar-free challenge, and I'll be taking you through exactly how your body can be turned around, accessed. We can retrain your brain. We can get you that kind of like peace with food in a completely different way. You'll see that it's just not normal for your body to store fat, and it isn't. It's not normal for your body to want to lose the fat, but we want to get you to the state where you can not only lose the fat, but that you actually don't need to store excess energy in your body anymore. You see, the trick is that we want to be able to, instead of eating more sugar because we think we need more energy, how we can actually access into the fat that we've already stored. Wouldn't that be just bloody delightful? So here we are, how to access these fat storing cells, these energy cells. Completely different to just thinking about them as fat, but thinking about them as energy. So the body uses energy for movement, to get you from A to B, to keep you alive during the day, to give you enough energy so you can move around and do what you need to do to function. Mental activity, needs an awful lot of energy. If you're mentally fatigued and all those kind of things, and drained and stressed and running around and overthinking, goodness me, overthinking, deadlines, you're vigilant about what's going on, you need to keep up with control, need to keep on, your body will be storing more energy for you because it feels how much energy you need to use up. And you'll know if you're exhausted by the end of the day that your body's got that signal, right, we need to store some more. It can't access into your fat cells unless the hormones are balanced, unless you are releasing the right hormones so that it kind of goes, oh, well, we don't need to eat more. We can actually use the fat that's already in the body. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? So the hormones are the communicating device that sends the messages from your brain and into your body and into your cells and allows you access to that. For example, there's leptin and growth hormone, but you need to be able to turn those up, and you need to be able to turn off the hormones that are raging around your body, telling you to store the fat in the first place. The fat cells do an absolutely fantastic, brilliant job. They are working so hard for you. They're doing exactly what they need to be doing. They're storing energy. But maybe there's just a few tweaks and a few different things that you need to do so that you don't actually have to store quite so much energy in the future. Your body naturally expands the number of fat cells you've got, and it actually increases the size of the fat cells that you've got so that it can store more energy. The signal it keeps getting from your hormones is, we need more energy, we need more energy, we need more energy. So if we change the energy source, that would be a fantastic way of getting your body to release the fat and the energy that you've already stored. So 3 simple ways that are probably the worst ways that your body listens to the messages is starvation. If you're starving your body and you're actually still in the same mindset and the same activity and the same worries and fears, all the things that kind of make your body go, oh my God, we're going to need some energy, we're going to need fight and flight. If you're starving at the foods, it stores the energy, because it feels in the background, I'm going to have to run at some point, I'm going to have to stand up and fight. So it will store energy. The same goes not just for physical movement, but if it's mental as well, if you're kind of like really vigilant and really looking around you, and deadlines and working really hard, overworking, those kind of things will have your body storing as much of the energy that it can get from your food as possible. It will also make you crave high energy foods like sugars. That's why I want to do this 7-day sugar-free challenge. If you're starving yourself of water, if you are not listening to the signs of thirst, if you are ignoring those signs, maybe eating instead, or just kind of not paying attention, even if you're not going to the toilet to go for a pee because you're so busy women, honestly, your body will be retaining water. So if you have that kind of wobble in your body, it's not just the fat, but it's actually water, and we can turn all that around. We can resolve that in a very short space of time. So that will be part of the 7-day challenge as well. Starvation of the self, basically. You are starving yourself to death. And there are so many different ways that you can feel fulfilled, which is what I'm going to be talking about now. There are 3 great ways that you can gain access to your fat cells, to the energy storing cells. Let's call them that, shall we? For example, if you are in the habit of starving your foods, how about just eating regularly? You know, when you go on holiday and you eat regular and you're more relaxed and all the rest of it, your body just drops a load, just gets rid of the weight, all right? And also maybe just think about the foods that you really love and the ambience that you like to eat in. What are all the things that are making you crave more energy, crave more foods? You know, by eating regularly, you'll be really helping yourself to have an even level of energy throughout the day, and it'll help your fat cells kind of go, well, I know she's going to eat. She's told me last week and last month and the last 6 months that she is going to eat regularly from now on. If you're starving, your body naturally holds on to the energy, any energy she can get her hands on. If you have starved yourself of water, constantly drink some fresh, beautiful water during the day. Just help it flow in and flow through you, and remember to go pee. Train your body that she can trust you, that you will drink when she sends you the thirsty signal. And feed yourself. And I don't just mean with food. There are so many different nutrients in sunshine, water, the best doctors out there, sunshine, water, rest, you know, gentle exercise. These are all great nutrients that most of us, when we're really busy, to be honest with me, we starve ourselves of those particular nutrients, and those really, really matter. Mary was a client of mine for 4 months. She did the 222 program, and remarkable. She really turned things around. She'd been going through a bad time, overeating, overdrinking, craving sugars, craving all sorts of things that just really she knew weren't right, but she couldn't, for the hell of it, stop doing what she was doing. Drinking too much, eating too much, really was quite sad and quite broken on the inside, didn't understand what was going on. And this is a message from her to all of you. If you're struggling and if you're in need of help, then ask. Because sometimes there's just too much for you to be able to know how to handle going on in and around you. She started to eat regularly. She started to eat foods that she absolutely loved. She started to take care of herself and feed herself with the nutrients that she knew she really needed on another level. And lo and behold, she lost 2 stones in 2 months. She relaxed her whole relationship with food. She became to be really quite peaceful around food, so that she could stand at the buffet and not feel that she had to stuff her face, or nighttime binges and those kind of things. She stopped worrying about the clothes that she was going to wear to the office and when she was doing her talks and all the rest of it, because she just didn't have to focus on her body anymore. It was just like a done deal. She had peace with food and peace with her peace with her body. I know what this feels like. I turned every single time to starvation. I starved myself of food and water and luxuries and pleasures and all those kind of things, because I thought that was the only way I actually lost weight. So since I was 12 years old, I used to starve myself to death practically. And I was really running on empty. So of course my body just stored absolutely everything that she could get her little hands on. So it was just kind of like building up and building up and building up. I mean, if we've gained weight, if we've got physical symptoms, then it's not just started yesterday. It started with, it started a long time ago. It started, you know, from when we were quite young, with this kind of starvation habit that we get into. And the more I denied myself, the more favorites I denied, the more kind of delicious foods I denied myself, the more she kind of hung on and was telling me, come on, we need a little bit more fun in our life. Until I resolved the crises that were going on in the inside, from going from feast to famine, because naturally whenever you starve yourself at some point you will binge. And it's just absolutely natural. So what are the nutrients that you think you need the most? I've done a little quiz and I'm posting it in this blog as well. Have a look at the questions, because they are the pre-challenge questions for you to understand the kind of habits and the things that you're doing with your food, and how you're binging and how you're starving and how you're kind of like eating well in front of other people and not eating so well when you're on your own and when you're in peace and quiet. Have a look at the questions that are there, and we can resolve this. We can get you onto the 7-day challenge, sugar challenge, which is not just about sugar, but it's helping you find a completely different perspective towards your food. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has allowed you to understand that we need to sort of rejig those hormones. And if you would like to, I would love to hear back from you with any aha moments that you've got from this particular video, and what you're going to do differently this week. How are you going to listen to your body differently this week? What are you going to do? Take charge. Take a look at the 7-day challenge that I'm putting together, and start by putting yourself in through these questions that I've about 15 questions. Have a look at the questions and get some resolution there as well. And then I will be in touch with you and help you join in on the sugar-free challenge. It's going to last for 7 days. It's going to be absolutely fab. Right, speak to you soon. Thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you again next time.